Hi, lovelies. I am recording this as bonus content for the 2024 horoscope. If you haven't listened to that yet, please go ahead and go to Psychic Scoop Podcast. It's a 2 hour video essentially with every single little nook and cranny for your astrological forecast. Sorry, I cannot take myself seriously in this wig. I was wearing a wig in the other one and I thought I would like spice it up, but I didn't feel like doing my hair and makeup. And now I feel like a Gen Z version of Edna from The Incredibles. It's like it's giving Pixar. All right, we had to lose the wig. It was too weird for me. I'm going all natural. Not like it matters. The content matters. And I really wanted to put this out there before the new year hit so you can feel calm and assured in your channeled messages. Now, I did this for 2023. And if you want to go back and look at that YouTube video, channeled messages for your sun and rising sign, it's wild how accurate it was. And I'm going to use the same deck. I'm just going to essentially be pulling one card and intuitively giving you a channeled message for your upcoming year. So listen to your sun, listen to your rising sign. Heck, listen to all planets in your birth chart if you want. Whatever you're feeling intuitively drawn to, this is the fun, non scientific way. I did already the astrology forecast, which was very technical, and this is more of the woo woo side, and this is the bonus content. So I appreciate you being here. Please subscribe and like the video if you can. And I, like, a personal goal of mine was to do more YouTube content for 2024. And you'll see Herbert, my little trusted sidekick in the background, hopefully upgrade this system. Anyway, who cares about appearances? It's all about the um it's all about the vibe, right? You come for the vibe, hopefully. I have asked Spirit to kind of step forward and give you a message that you might need to hear, or even something you might need to hear down the road, like 6, 7 months from now. And normally I start with Aries and Aries Sun and Rising because they're at the beginning of the zodiac. But I don't know. This time I'm feeling like I want to go backwards and start with Pisces because Pisces is always so patient. And let's pull for Pisces. So feel free to jump ahead in the show notes. I'll have little timestamps if you want to listen. And feel free to also send to your family, friends, loved ones, and give them divine messages too. So here we go. Okay, this one keeps wanting to jump out for Pisces and Pisces rising. Like several times it's been stuck to my hand. So Pisces sun and Pisces rising, your card is greatness. Greatness. And it is a woman petting a peacock, which I'm here for. So, your oracle talks about never underestimating the power of your dreams and the influence of your human spirit. So, to be great, you have to recognize how great you already are. You have to look within yourself and look deeply into your own greatness and accept and actualize that you have so much beautiful power and so much beautiful potential. So, with this awareness, it's really talking about moving away from feelings of insecurity, imposter syndrome, jealousy, resentment, maybe even comparing yourself to other people or other people's journey, because that's none of your business. You got to focus on your own self and your own potential and power. So, this card has a lot to do with understanding your own sense and source of love, like internal love, and also self acceptance. So, the card says, walk with your greatness. It's not in the past or in the future, but it's with you now. And your mantra is, I accept, embrace, and activate the power of my own greatness. Aquarius Sun and Aquarius Rising, this is your oracle channeled message for 2024. Ooh, that one's sticky. Okay. Weightlessness. Weightlessness. I feel like I'm at a spelling bee. My word is weightlessness. Here's the definition. Let's see what this channeled message means for you. I really do already love it. It is a silhouette of a shadow. And as you can see on both the hands, it looks like this, I would say, weight is being lifted. Now, this card has a lot to do with attaching yourself to a certain outcome or feeling unhappy or dissatisfied when something doesn't go the way you envisioned it. So, this has a lot to do with expectations. And when you find yourselves in the state of things not going the way that you wanted to be, does it does it feel like there's disharmony in your life? Because if you have these expectations and these desires, and then you feel like you have heaviness when that doesn't happen, maybe question why instead of appreciating and allowing that divine timing needs to happen when it does, right? Because it's really important for you to kind of let go. And so it says here, the card is here to remind you to be weightless and to let go of expectation by finding beauty and acceptance in all that is around you. So it sounds like this is more of like a gratitude card and not feeling burdened by your own opinions or projections or notions of things that you cling onto. So it also says the reason to remain positive and not burdened with any negativity is not so you can be in a superficial lens and for you to be on goal with your goals and support yourself in any way you can without feeling like there is right this weight to not exactly achieving what you want. No, what's interesting is it's not saying you're not going to achieve what you want. It's saying to let go a little bit of the process in between A to B, right? From you getting from one place to another. It also says the perfect breeze can direct a sailboat onto its best charted territory, while a storm can take off far off course. Water's softness can erode the hardest surfaces in time. So, being weightless means that whatever comes to you, you have full faith and trust that it's in your best interest. You know, this is for your benefit, so you can accept it and allow blessings and the experiences to blossom without coercion or force. Being weightless means not being burdened by your own expectations, which I already talked about, but it also means floating freely with effort, ease, trust, and acceptance, and having that weightless be untethered and that attachment and feeling open and knowing that serendipity and coincidences are the best surprises of life. Your mantra is weightless. I float through life with effortless ease. Like a dandelion, I move gently with the breeze. Ooh, it rhymes. My heart is a feather light, and my spirit is full of stars. I effervesce with loving awareness, appreciating everything is my own work of art. Wow, that was gorge. Okay, so hopefully that made sense. So take the weight and the pressure off of the outcomes of life and just be present with your moment and still dream big, still have your goals in mind, but also remember not to put that heavy weight on yourself for being perfect or having that perfect outcome. The exact right divine timing will come to you when it's meant to. Capricorn Sun and Capricorn Rising. This is your channeled message for 2024. Ooh, these cards are really sticky today. Okay. Ooh, squaring the circle. Your card is squaring the circle. Ah, this card is amazing and it has a lot to do with the alchemy of life. And the metaphor squaring the circle relates to the mastery over your inner and your outer operations. It says in quotes, celestial messengers shall wander with immensity, and the stars will be gleaming ships. So it's really about this inevitable significance of changing of seasons and the wisdom that comes with each of those seasons. This is such a beautiful card for Capricorn because Capricorn Sun and Rising, you're ruled by Saturn, which has a lot to do with these seasons of life, the wisdom that you gain with these seasons. And think of alchemy, like you're actually changing the way in magic of how things come to you and also how you perceive the world. So it's really about coming into, it says, all of the elements, all of the intelligence, and all of the directions, becoming one with the four, which is earth, air, fire, water. This is a very witchy card, which I am here for. Alchemy, magic. Capricorn is the biggest old school witch. You can manifest anything you put your mind to. So this is really about a conceptual meditative practice. Like incorporate breathing into your life, maybe spell work if that's something you're interested in. And let's see what else it has to say. I feel like it has a I'm not really that familiar with this deck. It's the modern Nirvana Oracle. So that's why I'm kind of reading some notes. I felt like we needed newness. This basically talks about really using your breath for support. So it's really interesting is the other ones I pulled so far has more of like channeled messages. This is like channeled aligned action. So it really talks about filling your lungs and visualizing current energy moving through you with each season. So this is actually beautiful. We just had the winter solstice a few weeks ago. So maybe for all of the solstice or even like the equinox, right? When the equinox comes in the fall, you can do a little bit of a visualization and really imagine you kind of intertwining with the energy of this brand new season. And it says to, yeah, breathing, just basically breathing in for 4, visualizing, counting to 4 again, and then releasing for 4. It's called box breathing. Your mantra is I am one with the elements, seasons, directions, and the sky. I am complete in my understanding of the infinite and the perfect why. I've squared the circle and I see life with the philosopher's mind. There's gold in this perspective, and I appreciate the clarities from my inner eye. Wow, that is so incredibly powerful. So I really like that this is an actionable card and channeled message to really hone your power. I think that's the main thing I will say to you, the alchemy and the power within you for 2024. Sagittarius Sun and Sagittarius Rising. Here is your channeled message for 2024. I'm actually going to give it a fresh, oh, never mind. I was going to give it a fresh tap, but the card jumped out of the deck. And when that happens, we already know that card's for you. This is the card. I know it's mirrored, but this is the card of initiation. And it looks like a little genie in a bottle, right? This little lamp that has this beautiful swirling pink mist coming out of it with the infinity sign. Oh, we're here for that initiation. So, initiation is the process to growing and evolving in a spiritual way. It's this rite of passage, this ritual, and this experience that changes your consciousness. Now, this is such a beautiful card for Sag Sun and Sag Rising because this is what you're here to do. It's this, oh, you're always on this spiritual pursuit to learn, to discover, and to expand your mind. So, this is also saying that there is going to be an advanced degree of wisdom coming in this year and this perspective to evolve and allow these greater, I would say, greater cosmo energies to kind of assist you. Now, it also talks about mystery schools, both ancient and modern, employing this method that candidates seek out a group of seekers to path this transcendence into consensus reality. Wow, interesting. So it's funny, it talks about schools of ancient and modern mystery. And with Sagittarius rising and sun, you are meant to be a teacher, a student of Earth school, right? And you're meant to learn and discover anything that really piques your interest. And initiation can be considered this portal of ascension, like, right? Like you are really truly understanding who you're meant to be and you're deeply connecting with your soul when you do follow the things that interest you. And even if it feels unnatural to other people, you don't have to explain yourself to anyone. Follow your intuition, follow your heart, more importantly. And it talks about your deep desires and what you want to become. And it has this awareness, this knowledge, and this embodied wisdom. Wow, this card is perfect for you. I'm excited. So it keeps on talking about the mystery schools. I'm not exactly sure if that's maybe some sort of messenger or something you needed to hear. But it also encourages you to be on this path of advancement. It says outside voices can distract you and cause the process to be muffled like a stereo. So always make sure to turn that stereo down with any ideas and judgments of the uninitiated. And if you've connected to this card or you're connecting to this message, you might already be in the process of the death or the ending of what is already was and what already happened, right? And you're advancing in your life path. So this card, I really feel like you're heightening your senses, you're heightening your intuition, your abilities, your imagination. So think about 2024, you're like speeding up time and you're transforming into this initiation ascension zone, and you are challenging yourself, you're advancing, and you are ultimately seeking your own truth. And once you walk through this door of perception, you may find the other side is more expanded than you can even think of. Wow, this is so on brand with who you are as a person. I can't even, this is incredible. Your mantra for 2024 is I accept the cost it takes to walk the path. I value every moment and experience as I reflect within my spirit's looking glass. I choose to advance with courage through this test in life's great class, and I know the impact I make with action as it's built to last. Wow. Drop the mic. Gonna leave that right here. Scorpio Sun and Scorpio Rising, here is your 2024 channeled message. I'm actually going to give this deck a new couple little taps here and change the frequency of the energy. Okay, that card was sticking to my thumb, so I'm going to pull that. Gorgeous. We have the card of I know it's mirrored. Transcendence. Transcendence. Wow, I already know this is like going to be so juicy and so good. The quote on the card is wherever you go, go with all of your heart. And that is, so the card here is wherever you go. So the card says, wherever you go, go with your whole heart. That is actually an easy thing for you to do. I can't even think of another sign that doesn't have a full-blooded heart as a Scorpio. You feel things on such a deep level with your heart and with your soul. You are deep, 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 deeper than the ocean. So this card is here to let you know that you're entering this shift in your awareness centers and you're elevating beyond your usual point of view. So you will begin to see the forest right through the trees. And things might start to look differently now. So, this transcendence, really think about what transcendence means, right? It's moving from one element to another. This is the time where a paradox shift will probably happen within you. And you might look at things a little bit differently. Like what once was once big is now small. And once was once small might seem enormous. And you are speeding up the signs of physical and like actual manifestations. So this card talks about really paying attention to those shifts as they happen, but also knowing that transcendence isn't always comfortable. Sometimes it can feel alarming, sometimes it can be overwhelming, but rest assured that you're supported through every shift and that you're being held divinely right now while you're in this transcendence period. Your mantra for 2024 is I embody the energy of transcendence. I embody it in my heart, my spirit, and my mind. I trust all the signs and I embrace the new energies that I continue to find. Wow. Short and sweet, but I think that's all you needed to hear, that you're in this ascension period and to embrace and accept it fully. Libra Sun and Libra Rising. This is your channeled message for 2024. Also, in advance, I apologize that I'm not looking more aesthetically pleasing to the eye for you Libras. I don't know what's happening here. I'm just showing up as I am. And so are the cards because this just flew out of the deck and this is your card. It is Know Thyself. I'm already feeling good vibes for that one for you. Know Thyself. This card says, you are not a drop in the ocean. You are the entire ocean in one drop. So know thyself is actually pretty simple, that you are really in this process and step in 2024 of being visible, not being scared to show up with your whole identity, your whole self into place, and taking the time to know your true being. Like the answers that you seek are already within you. It's almost as if you're looking in a mirror every day and saying to yourself, I know who I am, and I'm so grateful for who I am every single day. I'm comfortable in my own skin. I have a great heart. I like those affirmations that as a Libra, you're always used to dishing that out to other people. Now it's the time to reflect that back within yourself. So it talks about the constructs of human conditioning, but knowing that you are more than just a human, you are consciousness evolving. You are incarnated for a reason that's bigger than you or your problems, right? So this bigger energy is this consciousness reminding you that you are a big part of the world. You are a puzzle piece in the huge giant puzzle, and not to discredit yourself there, right? Not to give so much of your energy away, but to know the power that you have within. And that's really as simple as the card is. It's short, it's sweet. It talks about owning your power, owning your truth. And your mantra for 2024 is I am a precious drop of life's infinite ocean, and it is indivisible. Infinity sets the abundance of my life in motion. Wow, that's pretty powerful. But I also feel like this is also a really good lesson as the eclipses are moving into your first and seventh houses. The first house is all about identity. I talked about that already in the 2024 horoscopes. So it really kind of doubled down on the message I already gave in the horoscope, which basically is you are showing up exactly as you are. You are in the correct, right timing, and to trust that with your full heart and your full being. Virgo Sun and Virgo Rising, let's get you this channeled horoscope for 2024. Wow, the energy of the cards just shifted. The first couple ones, they were feeling heavy, and now they're feeling light as a feather. Okay, this one really wanted to stick up. Partnership. Partnership. This is so wild. You can't make this shiz up because I always ask spirit to give divine messages in exact alignment with what you need to hear. And a lot of times it gives maybe a new message, but most of the time it already doubles down on a message that I already previously gave. So if you go back and listen to your 2024 horoscopes, this couldn't be any more in alignment with what we were already talking about for you. And spirit's like, nope, I'm going to give the same message, but in a different way. So let's talk about divine partnership. The card says, love conquers all. Let us surrender to love. So to be in a partnership or to be in a union requires clear communication and patience. And partnerships exist in a multitude of ways. So are you being the best partner to yourself right now? Are you being the best partner to loved ones, to family, to collaborations, to business acquaintances? And this card is kind of this signpost and meditation for the kind of responsibility you take in regards to how you're showing up in the world, but also how you're showing up to people in one on one relationships. So you are being led to reflect on that right now. Yeah, it's basically just a different way of what I already said in your horoscope. Sorry, this isn't any new information. But what I will say is a lot of the answers that you're seeking just come with listening, reciprocity. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm messing that up when I'm doing Virgo. Um, there's really about this commitment to being yourself, but also letting relationships blossom and bloom into this beautiful, evolved, and really engaging, enriching experience for you. We're on this earthly plane to connect with other people. Obviously, we all have our own issues or our own karma we come in with. But at the end of the day, if you can't share that with someone, share your heart, share your soul with someone else, and it doesn't have to be necessarily romantic, it could be all of the people that are surrounding you in friendship, in family, in work dynamics, even people that you are acquaintances with that might even be deeper relationships. It's really talking about how you can reflect and commit deeper to those people that mean a lot to you. So the mantra for 2024 is I commit to honesty, humility, and being the best partner I can be. Wow. Beautiful. and send. Universe, send, receive. Got it. Leo Sun and Leo Rising. Let's give you a channeled message for 2024. That one really wanted to stick. Wow, it feels like several cards, but it's just one. Resolution. Resolution. Wow. This is a beautiful card. This gold coming off of the hand on the heart chakra. Leo, you're led by the heart chakra, right? And then this bigger shadow coming into play here. So let's talk about your channeled message for 2024. So the quote here says, "You think you've won, but what is light without dark? What are you without me? I am a part of you and you can never defeat me. We are brothers internal." Okay. It's a little weird, but I think basically it's the resolution is shadow work, right? We see the shadow there. And it talks about when contemplating myths, stories, and tales of the human experience. There's also this theme of resolution being found in killing the villain, slaying the dragon, the death of the antagonist. And it means that you can live a happily ever after. But perhaps there is no battle scene with the final boss. You just have to relook at your programming and find a way to interweave it and integrate it into your own subconscious mind. So the outlook of the resolution is not necessarily as dramatic or needs to be this extreme conflict. It actually has more to do with this metaphorical journey of life. There's always going to be ups and downs. There's always going to be valleys and peaks. So how can you use that darkness, that shadow, and kind of interweave it into this human spirit that you're developing? And it also talks about hauntings or fears and all consuming thoughts that loom over you, and how you can consider that some of these are actually not as complex as you need them to be. They're more so, the smallest potential to change your life. And there is a lot of reference to like metaphorically fantasy. Like it talks about Lord of the Rings in here. I don't know if that relates to you. It talks about the boogeyman. It talks about how things are always bigger in our minds, and in reality, it's fiction, right? And so you're traversing this defeat right now, and you are regenerating these really beautiful moments to work with them, to transcend them, and basically work through this cycle. The cycle doesn't have to repeat. And instead of slaying the dragon, right, we can learn to tame them. We can ride them. We can guide them. I love that. Dr. Frankenstein's monster without chasing it with a torch. So resolution is not defeat. It's in the resolve. And allow that power of your imagination to be the element of that potential to mold, shape, and guide you toward your future. I love that there was all these movie and film references. Hello, Leo Sun and Leo Rising. It's like, that couldn't be more perfect for you. Here's your mantra for 2024. I invoke the power of my imagination as a tool for ultimate manifestation. I resolve contrast and contradiction with the understanding that duality is sometimes a bit of an illusion, and it can interconnect with the nature of all of conditions. I appreciate my shadow. I embrace the light. And I know that love is a greater emotion than fear or fright. Wow. Edgar Allan Poe right here. I mean, this is poetic. Beautiful. I think that is a really powerful message for 2024. Cancer. Oh my gosh, Cancer Sun and Cancer Rising. This is your card because I couldn't even do a whole shuffle and there it came out. All right, here we go. Strength. Strength. What a beautiful card. Wow. Ah, and the flowers kind of bustling out from the bottom of the card, surrounding and hugging over the shoulders, over the heart, that blossom that blooms. Let's talk about strength. I'm sure you're thinking, oh gosh, I'm always having to be strong. I'm tired of it. And trust me, I hear you. I feel you. I feel that in the depths of my soul. But maybe there's a different message for here. And this is the quote: an ant on the move does more than a dozen ox. Interesting. So strength isn't measured by how much you can physically hold. It can actually be a metaphysical quality measured in emotional, mental, and spiritual fortitude, especially during times of fear, doubt, and uncertainty. To remain strong when you feel powerless against unexpected and relentless waves of change, it requires a certain level of trust in your abilities and to be able to surf the currents with the time of graceful balance rooted in your center. Wow, I love the metaphor of the wave because Cancer, Sun, and Rising, you are so sentimental and sensitive and strong in your emotions. That's why you incarnated being led by the moon. The moon comes with the tidal waves, right? So I love that that already kind of had that metaphor deeply ingrained in this card. Achieving an adept level of strength doesn't come easily, but the more you work on it, the more you'll be able to grant the ability to achieve that equilibrium and that stable footing. So, no matter how big or small you may feel, the potential metaphor is to remember that even though an ant is tiny, it's able to carry 50 times more than its own weight. And beyond the physicality of strength, you can consider that in the grand scheme of cosmos, you are just a little speck of sand in the cosmic universe. So, with this perspective, be reminded that even though you might carry a great weight each day, how you're able to move through time and space with that momentum is beautiful and it's a part of the human journey. So you can move mountains, you can build monuments with your mind through intention, through planning, and through strength to follow through. Wow, I just need you to put my hand on my heart because I feel that deeply for you. And the condition is not measured in literal heaviness, but it's that symbolic voyage that nothing can really break you. Nothing can break you, but it can make you, right? There's this macro level of moving through this transcendence and looking deep within and coming to find that you have everything you need. You have all the tools, you have all the resources to move through obstacles, and you are strong, you are powerful, and you are capable. So focus on your fortitude and you will discover fulfillment. And your mantra for 2024 is if I look within, I will never be without. I am strong enough to transcend all of my fears and all of my doubts. I could cry for you. I can cry with you because I'm a Cancer Sun and Cancer Rising. Okay. So anyway, I love you. I am you. And I think that is a really absolutely profound message for 2024. Gemini Sun and Gemini Rising. We're going to give you a few little knockers here. Few knockers, new energy in the cards. Oh, I'm really feeling this one right on the top. Oh, goodness. Okay, what's interesting? The one on the top was actually not the one that came out. I'm going to give you this card as the one that was stuck on it. Awareness. Awareness. Here's the quote. The ultimate value of life depends on the awareness and the power of contemplation. So, awareness cannot exist as long as you believe that you completely know who you are and understand everything. But if you are open to infinite potential, without limitation, then you can become present with consciousness. So ask yourself the questions, am I aware? And oh, it's not a question. It's just the question, am I aware? And when you're in meditation, put your hand on your heart and really ask yourself, is there alertness that comes? Is there perception of reality? Is there perception of your awareness centers, right? Your physical reality around you. So, this is really asking you to look at life in a different experience. And you don't have to forcefully try to become aware, but just really open your eyes and see what's around you. This is really about focusing on raising the vibration, and intentionally awareness will come when you just focus on that intention. This is short and sweet, but it's really about that contemplation center within yourself. Awareness. I mean, you know what awareness means. I don't have to define it for you. This card was pretty self-explanatory. But your mantra for 2024 is I am conscious and I embody awareness all around me. Gorge. We love that for you. Heck, I'm going to give you a bonus card because this card also flew out the deck. And I feel like it would be doing you a disservice, especially since that card was so short and sweet. This has a lot to do. Well, I mean, it's called connection, right? And it says an invisible thread connects those who are destined to meet, regardless of the time and place and circumstance. So, this is really talking about this initial meeting of someone. Does it feel like a reunion? Is there a remembering or rekindling of something that was once lost? And maybe there's a familiar resonance or reminder of unfinished business. So, ask yourself the why or the how and understand that with great importance transcends all logic. Oh, interesting. There's an understanding of great importance that's transcends all logic. Let me say that again. Okay. You aren't sure what's going to happen and when, but you know that there's so many chances in life. And you might feel a spark of energy through your entire body and a wave of wonder or emotion. And this inexplicable chance of inner knowing. So this actually goes really well hand in hand with the awareness card. So it seems like there's some fated encounters that will be happening in 2024 for you. And this connection will be meaningful for the future and all the people around you. And I think I kind of touched on that a little bit in your horoscopes as well. But this is really about taking notes of your feelings and trusting your intuition and seeing what you instinctively know, feel, and whatever comes organically to you. And your second mantra, you got a special double card pull. Your second mantra, and see which one resonates, or maybe both. The mantra is I trust the tapestry of life's design. I am in full faith that every moment and experience is threaded by the divine. It's Mercury retrograde. I feel bad that during the Gemini uh, oracles, I could not speak, but you understand more than anyone else, right? How retrograde goes. So those are your two cards, connection and awareness. Taurus Sun and Taurus Rising. Here is your 2024 channeled message. Ooh, I really want to pick a good one for you. And this one is stuck to my hand. Ooh, resistance. Resistance. The card says, live with the cause and leave results to the great law of the universe. Pass each day in peaceful contemplation. So this talks about how you can be a prisoner of your own mind, that you can get trapped. And it's a typical reaction to want to break free, to avoid this resistance that you feel within. But with every pull in the direction of opposition, the grip of the trap only gets tighter on you. It actually talks about the Chinese finger trap. You know how the only way to release the Chinese finger trap is by kind of like letting it go and letting it ease out, and then you're able to be set free. So it's kind of a metaphor for that. The action of pushing towards the middle is where that resistance comes and that liberation can be ultimately found. So this is that metaphor for maybe you're feeling trapped, panic. Are you stuck? Are you struggling? And perhaps unconsciously, it's saying that you can find usefulness in the act of surrender and that less is more sometimes. And that gentleness is a force of itself all on its own. And you can break free from what you're attached to with intentional movement. And the more we pull away from the confines and the objects that bind us, the tighter the grip will be. And it's going to hinder the ability to expand and evolve. The more you struggle for freedom, the more freedom can become a struggle. So, where is resistance coming up in your life? Where does liberation come in? What does that feel like? And also know that you have the power to resolve resistance all on your own by moving closer to breaking free from those fears with gentle confrontation. And the lessons may emerge closer. And also, the inner and outer liberation will shed limitations to shift focus on a more expansive vision. Your mantra for 2024 is as I move closer to the areas of resistance, I find that in this space, I will actualize my freedom. Where I once felt trapped, I am now in a full liberation from fear, doubt, and indecision. I am a force of gentleness and I move and flow with divine precision. I really love that metaphor. It's beautiful. And I think that was a really great message for you, Taurus Sun and Taurus Rising 2024. Aries Sun and Aries Rising. You've been patient. I know you're at the end here, but ooh, okay. That card just wanted to stick. So I'm going to give you for 2024 the channeled message of protection. Protection. The card says the best lighting rod for your protection is your own spine. Whenever you're feeling vulnerable or negative, it's important to seek protection. You can do so through meditation, to talking to your guides, your angels, your ancestors, but protection also requires you to look internally and connect with your own intuition, right? So begin trusting, begin observing, begin listening to your inner voice. Call in whatever spiritual forces you want to align with your beliefs, but also remain diligent in the efforts towards peace, towards resolve. Sometimes difficulties you face are great teachers, they're great lessons. Yet, other times you may feel like if you're facing an energetic blockage, it's important to recognize the difference so you can understand that to have grace through conflict, but also pick up this metaphysical sword and armor to protect yourself when you can. So, this really is a card of divine protection, right? Like you are being protected in any phase of life that you're going through. If you're having struggle or challenges or any karmic things that might come up this year, know that you can talk to your guides, talk to your angels. They're there for you and they're gently holding your hand and guiding you along the way. So, your mantra for 2024 is I am protected by the forces of love and light. And in this protection, I am able to discern what is actually mine and what isn't my fight. Whoa, that's a great card for Aries. Pick and choose your battles, especially if they are internal struggles or self sabotage that you might even place on yourself. The pressure you might be putting on yourself that you don't need to. So, the card is saying release the pressure to your angels and guides and release and let go. All right. Well, those were some incredibly powerful channeled messages. I felt like they were spot on with every single zodiac position with already what I had talked about. Look forward to giving you more juicy channeled messages for the future. And if you were curious, this is the Modern Nirvana Oracle deck. Deepen your awareness. All right. Love you all, and we'll talk soon. Bye.